Hello friends, Namaskar, good evening. Welcome you all to another enlightening episode of Revival Sutta Sunday. यहाँ हम बात करते हैं about getting your mind, body and spirit all aligned through spirituality, self-discovery and much more for your holistic well-being. I am your host Sangeeta, an occult healing therapist, spiritual coach and the founder of the Arcade Universe. And it's my pleasure to be your guide in this transformational journey. Welcome you once again. क्या कभी आपने अपने अंदर के बच्चे की आवाज को सुना है? हमारी लाइफ में काफी इमोशंस और बिहेवियर कनेक्टेड होता है हमारी चाइल्डहुड मेमोरीज और एक्सपीरियंस से, जो हमारे अनकॉन्शियस माइंड में कहीं हिडन होता है, दबे रहते हैं. सो इनर चाइल्ड हीलिंग एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है, एक हीलिंग प्रोसेस है जो हमारे अपने उन चाइल्डहुड हिडन जख्मों से और हमारे उन ट्रॉमा से समटाइम्स हमें फ्री करते हैं टू लिव अ बेटर लाइफ, जिससे हम अपने आज के लाइफ को फुल्ली एंजॉय कर सके and be free emotionally and bring a balance in our life and peace in our life. Let's discuss this in more detail with today's guest of the evening, who has been coaching and mentoring many thousands of our students through regular workshops. I am talking about Ms. Meena Iyer, a media professional of 2 decades turned into a counseling psychologist and a healer, practicing and teaching multiple modalities like inner child healing, NLP, holotropic breathing, hypnotherapy, and much more. Hello, ma'am. I'm super excited and welcome you here today. And it's like my angels found you here for me today. So आज आपसे जानेंगे all about the inner child healing.
Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you for having me here. It's my pleasure to be here and to talk to you today.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you for so much for taking out time. And so let's discuss and start with our today's episode, which is on inner child healing, and with a very basic question like ये inner child healing होता क्या है and ये important क्यों है, और ये inner child healing चाहिए is how someone will know. Like many people are not aware. Maybe few years back I was also not aware myself. So how to understand that? What is inner child healing and when it is required?
So as the name suggests, inner child meaning the part of you which is within you, right? And obviously not literally within you, in your subconscious. There is a part of you that still behaves, emotes, feels, thinks like a little child. And why does it do that? Because certain things have occurred in childhood, and those things might feel like they were difficult to handle, or there may be some incompletions around it. And so therefore, if you look at it, you're an occult healer from an energy perspective. We say that some of your energy is frozen at that age in which the trauma occurred. And so if you look at over a period of 15-20 years when we are growing up, so many things happen that we don't know about and that we are not prepared for, and therefore we internalize them and we give them certain meanings, and based on those meanings we run the rest of our life. Okay, so which is why it is so important. A child which is within you, you may not be aware of that child, and yet there are certain situations when you know that you are not behaving like a responsible adult, but a part of you has almost, you can say, regressed, and you're behaving like a 2-year-old. You're being unreasonable.
Somewhere you are stuck.
Yes.
Somewhere you are stuck in that childhood days, and like all your belief systems are maybe developing कुछ एक memory or experience के basis पे. So it can be sometime if someone has been bad experience, बहुत ही painful भी होता रहेगा at times, और लोगों को पता भी नहीं चलेगा. Is there any symptoms जहाँ पे as a like practitioner, as a healer you understand कि उनका problem inner child healing, मतलब उनका problem inner child wound है कुछ जो शायद समझ में नहीं आ रहा है या सामने नहीं आ रहा है. So how do you diagnose that?
See, it's actually very, very universal. हम सबके साथ ऐसा होता है. In fact, I have seen and it is understood that inner child healing is a lifelong process. Okay, so in developmental psychology, we look at, in fact, the last stage of childhood, which is adolescence, going all the way up till 26 years. तो 0 to 26 जितने भी experiences हुए हैं, वो सब आज भी आपकी लाइफ को influence कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? So और उसमें से भी जो खास है वो 0 to 7 जो एक्सपीरियंसेस हुए हैं, हम क्या करते हैं एज चिल्ड्रन, वी लर्न बाय रेपिटेशन. तो जो चीज फेमिलियर है, जो चीज हमारे लिए कंफर्टेबल है, हम खुद चाहते हैं कि वो हम रिपीट कर करके सीखें. आपने शायद देखा होगा बच्चे किस तरह से स्टोरीज सुनते हैं. उन्हें पूरी स्टोरीज पता है, लेकिन फिर भी वो दोबारा उसी स्टोरी को सुन के उसका मजा लेते हैं, बिकॉज देयर इज कंफर्ट इन रेपिटेशन. तो
Yeah, this
इसमें
reminds me
हाँ,
of my
हाँ,
childhood. I used to ask mom about a particular elephant story, which I heard 100 times, but
हाँ,
every day I used to ask for that.
हाँ.
You mean there is a connection to that somehow
Yes,
childhood?
yes. See, when you're a little baby and then you become a little toddler, आप इतने से होते हो, आपके पेरेंट्स इतने बड़े होते हैं, you are trying to make sense of the world around you, right? I mean, imagine a little toddler, उसको उसके पेरेंट्स के नीज लेवल तक दिखाई देता है. He's trying to look up and find out कि ये मिस्टीरियस दुनिया है क्या, और जो चीज रिपीट होगी वो बहुत इजीली उसे सीख लेगा. That's how it works. So, and if I give you the other extreme of it, assume I'm sitting in a therapy session and a 45-year-old person walks in, any gender, and says, you know what, I think a similar type of person comes to my life again and again. It may be a selfish person, it may be an angry person, it may be a very demanding person, it may be an emotionally unavailable person जो आपसे ज्यादा बात नहीं करते हैं, interact नहीं करते हैं, right? तो if you look at it, it is that simple thing playing. आपने कंफर्ट के लिए उसी टाइप के इंसान को चुना है बार बार. That person may be coming from a different profession or may look a little different, but there's a part of you that operates from a comfort zone, which is why all choices are coming from childhood.
So it is like kind of pattern one can notice कि तभी
हाँ.
समझ में आएगा कि okay, there's something common signs. Like otherwise, is there anything else that someone can understand कि okay, these are things apart from this kind of, जैसे आपने बताया, कोई some you are meeting again and again similar kind of person in similar kind of situation, you are landing up, be it your profession or your personal life. तो तभी हम शायद समझ सकते हैं कि कुछ inner child relation है.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, हम psychology में broadly we are looking at patterns, right? We are looking at, because I counsel a lot of people, we are looking at what is my response to certain types of situations, and till I change that response, my life is not going to change. So in any case, the whole game is about recognizing my patterns which are not giving me desired results. So why not go and look at the root where all those patterns were formed? और वो root क्या है? Childhood है. Right? So if I grew up in a family where everyone was very social, and suddenly I find myself with an introvert as a friend or as a partner or as a colleague, and I'm so uncomfortable, because for me, people have to be really talkative, and then I feel that we are friendly. It may be that a person is an introvert and yet they are very good at heart, very supportive, but it doesn't fit in my comfort zone. So I may reject such a person, right? And the opposite may happen. So typically, to look at it very simply, that in our childhood experiences, whatever happens, either we repeat that in adulthood, or if we've had very bad or very difficult, very painful, hurtful experiences, we try to do the opposite of that.
Say kind of.
Yes, we try to do the diametric opposite of that, saying that whatever I did in my childhood or whatever I experienced, I don't want to. I want to do something totally different. But if you look at it, therefore, right, like a common thing is when people are deciding about their career, a lot of people have this situation where the parents are telling them what career to choose. Okay, and they don't want to choose that career, or they feel that parents have been so authoritative and so much imposing their choices कि हम वो नहीं करना चाहते जो parents बोलते हैं. तो वो जाकर के diametrically opposite कोई career चुनते हैं सिर्फ parents को दिखाने के लिए. But 4-5 साल बाद, 8-10 साल बाद उनको खुद लगता है कि आई वॉज नॉट कट आउट फॉर दिस करियर. तो चाहे मैंने वो चॉइस की हो बिकॉज आई वॉज फोर्स्ड और बिकॉज आई वॉज इमिटेटिंग माई पेरेंट्स, or I wanted to do something to rebel and do absolutely opposite. At the end of the day, it's not my natural choice, which is why to understand in a child is so important.
Again, I feel that some kind of fear, hidden fear, that is the person is operating from, whether the person is avoiding the situation or doing the same thing just to not accept anything new.
Yes.
So that kind of whatever जो भी create किया गया है, that way. So कोई भी unresolved childhood wounds होगा तो ये किसी का भी mental health को भी affect करेगा in their childhood, I mean adulthood में जाके कोई भी
Absolutely. Absolutely. अभी आपने बात की, you use the word fear. एक चीज जो in any kind of therapy, healing and in inner child work बहुत important है is to understand emotions. Because in a home when we are growing up, are the parents, are people comfortable around emotions, right? And if you look today, anybody who's in their 40s or 50s, we're talking of parents in their 70s, right, and 80s. I don't think they were very comfortable. They didn't say ki if you're feeling sad, then cry it out or anything like that. So if certain permissions were not there to express emotions, there's a lot of frozen emotion we are talking about. कि डरना नहीं है, रोना नहीं है, sad नहीं होना है, और anger तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं होना है. And therefore you'll find a lot of people who feel that they are being, walked all over. Their choices are not being taken into consideration either at home or in the workplace. It's because there was a ban on getting angry. Whereas if you look, anger is such an important thing. Anger draws a boundary. If somebody is trying to take advantage of you, you will naturally feel angry. And so if you express the anger, you're actually protecting yourself. But so emotions is what I was talking about, that if emotions have been not expressed in childhood और वो बहुत सारे emotions store up हो गए हैं, then it may be that one day a person has a huge meltdown or a huge breakdown to such an extent, उसका जो absolute extreme end है, that is we say like a psychosis or like a a very severe mental condition, right? And so yes, of course, and when you look at things like people who say I'm feeling depressed, they are not talking about clinical depression. आजकल हम बहुत easily बोल देते हैं I'm depressed. What we are saying is that we are feeling low, or we are feeling upset, or we are feeling lonely, or we are feeling lost. But this word depression is used very often.
Yeah.
If that increases and increases, then you're depressed. Similarly, if fear is not expressed, then you're constantly fearful, because there's a lot of stored fear. You're not just fearful about what's happening now, right? But you're fearful about what may come up in the future, and everything can just, then you say, okay, I'm suffering from anxiety.
Because of some past experience also that you have gathered. Again, that belief system, I think, got created some way.
Absolutely.
And your mind is relating to that certain experience.
Yes.
So, as you said about like stored emotional, wounds or something. So, how does a trauma differ from this inner child wound? Means when should we say it is a trauma? When should I say it is some kind of hurt or emotional, disbalance or something like that?
The meaning is actually very similar. Trauma is we use it in a more extreme sense, and when we are saying hurt, and it's we feel that it is milder. And also trauma is used even in a clinical term like post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
Right. So trauma is a word that's got more severity. However, if you even look up the root word of trauma is coming from wound only. So we are saying that something is cut or something is, even you can use the word broken, right? Like, see, when somebody has, like you use this term, heartbreak or break up, right? A break is like a wound. It's like a cut. And it's all very, very similar. It's also how comfortable a person is to use these terminologies. Like a lot of times people will say, I don't have trauma. And they've gone through maybe a very, very painful divorce. Now I try to, how do I say this to them? that, oh, there must be some really severe trauma, in the choice of that person as your partner, and B, in the number of years where things were not working out and you kept putting up with it and trying to make it work, and then the entire legal process and everything that you went through. So it's not that trauma happens in a day. There is a history, of how traumatic things, traumatic events play out. So it's very, very similar.
As again, that maybe the person was ignoring what was coming up. Again, some comfort zone was created, like as you mentioned in the other discussion, that a child is asking about the same story again and again. Like, we are so used to be in that comfort zone that we don't want to break that, even if that is not helping us.
Yes. And another thing is, if you look at, first of all, when you say what is a child, how is a child different from an adult? One is, of course, a child doesn't know anything. When a child is born, they're trying to, like I said, make sense of the world. The other thing is that in the human species, children are the most dependent. आपने देखा होगा एनिमल प्लैनेट में वो छोटा सा जिराफ या डियर पैदा होता है और 15 मिनट में चलने लगता है.
Exactly.
ह्यूमन बच्चा कम से कम 10-11 महीने के बाद चलने लगता है, फिर बोलने लगता है. एंड इफ यू सी लाइक अ टाइगर और अ जैकल टू गो हंटिंग, उसकी माँ सिखा देती है साल भर में कि तुम्हें खुद जाना है, शिकार करके खाना है. जितना समय हमें लगता है कि हम एक डिग्री क्वालिफिकेशन अक्वायर करें, एक प्रोफेशन बिल्ड करें, कम से कम 21-22-23 साल लग जाते हैं. एंड सम प्रोफेशंस लाइक इट्स इवन मोर. सो फॉर अस इट टेक्स सो लॉन्ग टू बिकम इंडिपेंडेंट. हाँ, तो अगर हम डिपेंडेंट हैं, देखिए ना, बहुत प्रैक्टिकल रियलिटी है. इट मे साउंड वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू स्टमक. हम इन लोगों पे डिपेंड करते हैं, ठीक है ना. और सपोज आप सोचिए कि वो जो 2 लोग हैं जो हमें रेज कर रहे हैं, आसपास भी जो हैं ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स, अंकल्स, आंट्स, एक फिलॉसफी है, एक तरीके से वो हमें रेज कर रहे हैं. सपोज वी डोंट अग्री विद इट, हम नहीं रिबेल कर सकते ना, बिकॉज आवर सर्वाइवल डिपेंड्स ऑन दैट. So this factor of dependence, there's a very well-known, you can say, he's a healer now, and he's a teacher and he's a doctor, Gabor Mate. He's very, very well known. He talks about this huge conflict between dependence, and because of dependence, how we get attached, and in our attachment we can't have authenticity. Now I really like you, बट आई सी कि आपने, जैसे मुन्ना भाई में था ना, आपने किसी वेटर को बहुत बुरी तरह से ट्रीट किया. मैं आपके साथ बहुत अटैच्ड हूँ, लेकिन मैं इतना अटैच्ड हूँ, मैं शायद डिपेंडेंट हूँ, तो मैं आपको ये नहीं बोल पाऊंगी कि संगीता, हाउ डिड यू ट्रीट दैट गाय. तो कहीं ना कहीं हमारी रिलेशनशिप में ऑथेंटिसिटी चली जाती है.
अगेन आई थिंक दैट फीयर आ जाता है ऑफ लूजिंग दैट.
Absolutely. The fear of losing a person, you put up with certain things. You may even lie, right? कि हाँ ठीक है, ओके, और यू जस्टिफाई. उस दिन शायद संगीता का मूड खराब था, उसने गुस्सा निकाल दिया वेटर पे. सो द लॉस, व्हाट ही टॉक्स ऑफ इज द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन अटैचमेंट एंड ऑथेंटिसिटी. हम सच बोलना चाहते हैं, लेकिन नहीं बोल पाते. कई घरों में नहीं बोल पाते बच्चे सच, कि मॉम डैड, आज की डेट में कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेट नहीं करता है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कास्ट, फॉर एग्जांपल, राइट. हम नई चीजें सीखते हैं, लेकिन हमारे एनवायरनमेंट में अगर वो नई चीजें अलाउड नहीं है, वी आर मेड टू सप्रेस देम. तो हमें आदत क्या लग जाती है कि देख लो चारों तरफ एनवायरनमेंट कैसा है, और अगर हमारी बात नहीं चलेगी तो सप्रेस ही करना पड़ेगा.
I think वो अभी people have started talking about it. We are opening up slowly. I think previous generations before us, like maybe our parents or grandparents, वहाँ पे तो कोई सीन ही नहीं है, स्पेशली तो वीमेन. वहाँ पे तो कोई सीन ही नहीं है कि आप कुछ बोल पाओ या तो सोच भी पाओ. Even they will not even think कि ये सोचना भी सही है. They will actually खुद को ही गलत ठहराएंगे कि हमारी सोच ही गलत है, ऐसा होता है, because we are so conditioned.
Absolutely, conditioning is the word. If you look at it psychologically, if you look at it spiritually, each one of us, our lifelong journey is to peel off layer by layer all the conditioning to find the authentic inner core, right? And look at it like this, Sangeeta. At the inner core, kya hai? When we are born as a blank slate, right? And then the conditioning starts, and each layer is creating some understanding, misunderstanding, wound, trauma, whatever you want to call it. So suddenly one day you find you're 31 years old, you've got laid off, and you're wondering what happened. How could I not read the signals? ये तो मैंने एक आपको छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल दिया है. Suddenly something hits you. जैसे कोविड में हुआ, बहुत लोगों के घरों में उन्होंने रियलाइज किया कि मॉम, डैड, चिल्ड्रन, ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स सब अपनी अपनी जिंदगी जी रहे हैं. लॉकडाउन में व्हेन दे हैड टू मीट ईच अदर एंड फेस ईच अदर, दे रियलाइज दैट माय गॉड, वी डोंट नो एनीथिंग.
ये लोग भी है, ये लोग भी है मेरे साथ.
हाँ हाँ. और
साथ में रहते हैं.
दूसरी बात आप देखिए ना, सोशली हम किन चीजों को सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यू देते हैं. टुडे वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ मेंटल हेल्थ, वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ डिप्रेशन, एंजाइटी. हम किस चीज को देते हैं? बच्चा स्कूल जा रहा है, अच्छे मार्क्स लेके आ रहा है या नहीं, सॉलिड फ्यूचर वाला सब्जेक्ट चुन रहा है या नहीं, राइट? उसके बाद कॉलेज में कैसे कर रहा है, उसके बाद कंपेटिटिव एग्जाम्स दे रहा है या प्रोफेशनल कोर्स कर रहा है, करियर बन गया, अब वो कुछ बन गया, उसके बाद क्या है? शादी करो. हाँ, उसके बाद क्या है? घर खरीद लो, गाड़ी खरीद लो. यू नो, I know, and I'm sure you know so many people for whom all these boxes are checked. But deep down, there is sadness, there is hurt, there is pain, there is a
loss.
दिल की बात किसी को नहीं कह सकता या कह सकती. ये कैसे हो गया? You know, it's so shocking that all those things, वो तो ठीक ठाक चल रहा है, but basic things, कि सैड लग रहा है तो रो लो. You know, आपने देखा है मूवी हॉल में लोग कितना, मतलब दाएं बाएं देख के फिर अपना टिश्यू निकालते हैं आंसू पोंछने के लिए. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग फिनोमेनन है संगीता. और क्या है इसमें इंटरेस्टिंग?
हंसना भी नहीं चाहते हैं,
हंसना नहीं चाहते, रोना तो दे फील दैट इट्स वीक. खासकर फॉर मेन इट्स सो डिफिकल्ट टू क्राई, कि मतलब बॉयज डोंट क्राई. तो हाँ, मर्द बने रहिए, आंसू नहीं बहाइए.
लड़कियों जैसे मत रोना है.
एग्जैक्टली.
तुम लड़की नहीं हो, तुम्हें रोना अलाउड नहीं है.
बिल्कुल. और ये सबकॉन्शियस वाली बात है.
And those
I want to share with
नहीं होता.
हाँ, I want to share with our viewers कि अगर आप देख रहे हो मूवी में आपको किसी चीज पे रोना है, और बहुत सारा रोना आया है, कुछ ना कुछ आपकी लाइफ के साथ इसका कनेक्शन है. कोई ना कोई आपका, वही वर्ड यूज कर रही हूँ मैं, वुंड, ट्रिगर हो गया है, राइट?
ट्रिगर हो गया कुछ तो, like when you are seeing something and कुछ तो you are making the connection, your brain is unconsciously maybe connecting with that situation, और वो ट्रिगर हो गया है आपका, जो भी आपके लाइफ में, जो आप खुद नहीं समझ पा रहे हो इन मे बी.
एब्सोल्युटली या. और वो सब सबकॉन्शियस में बेरिड है, सप्रेस्ड है, क्योंकि बाहर बोलना मुश्किल है, राइट?
And I think this is the one of the way, like कोई suppressed कुछ emotions होता है childhood का, जो ये manifest होता है in the current life.
Yes.
कुछ situation में trigger करते हैं, like that's how people.
Yes. So if you ask me, what are the situations where you can look at this could be coming from childhood? It could be, first of all, the entire range of emotions. How do you deal with fear, anger, sadness, okay, and even guilt? And one of the most difficult emotions to express is shame, right? जिसके बारे में बहुत कम बात होती थी. अब मैं देख रही हूँ इंस्टाग्राम में रील्स पोस्ट हो रहे हैं अबाउट शेमिंग एंड बॉडी शेमिंग एंड शेम, जो पहले लोग नहीं बात करते थे, स्पेशली फॉर women. You know, this whole thing, world around shame and shaming and not being comfortable in your own body. You know, all the time judging yourself, comparing yourself with other people. Okay, so the first part is emotions. Do you feel your emotions? Do you allow yourself to feel? Do you express them? Do you have at least one person in your life with whom you can share the emotions that you're going through? The other thing is, what is your relationship with your work and what you have chosen to do, right? Do you experience like low self-esteem, lack of confidence, fear, doubt? All of this is related with your childhood experience, okay? And of course, if you look at emotions, and then of course relationships, because in your nearest relationships is where that plays out. A lot of times people will come to me and say, मुझे बाहर की दुनिया में आई एम अ वेरी नाइस लाइकेबल पर्सन, लेकिन मेरे घर में आई लूज माई टेम्पर सो ऑफन. ऑफ कोर्स, घर में यू गिव योर सेल्फ द लिबर्टी टू लूज योर टेम्पर, and then you regret it, because there's so much of anger which is stored from maybe 2 years or 5 years or 7 years, that somebody just has to touch you this much and that whole thing explodes. Volcano, right? Yeah.
Yeah, at times I think that person is not comfortable with own self, like खुद के साथ ही compassion नहीं हो रहा है. You're not
100%. Yes.
compassionate with yourself. So, inner child healing, how it helps to to get that, how it plays the role in the self compassion.
So when you understand that inside me is a little child and उस little child के साथ बहुत कुछ हुआ है, right? And then you can treat yourself with so much love and care, right? So the way we do the inner child healing process is to revisit those parts of you. And let's say today people coming to the workshop or whatever, even if it's a one-on-one session, let's say they are in their 30s or 40s or 50s, whatever, right? Now they may be finding it difficult to treat themselves gently. They're constantly beating themselves up, pushing themselves. The minute I say, close your eyes and imagine, or I say, look at a little childhood photograph of yours. Okay. And something comes up, some warmth, some energy comes up to go and hold that child and to really take care and love that child. Because by then you have loved your biological children also, right? You really are, you have really tapped into that reserve that you have of love and care, and you've given so generously to your partner, to your children. And then you realize that, wow, why can't I spare a little bit of that for myself? And therefore the best way to do it, because nowadays everybody's talking of self-love, right? The best way to love yourself is to say, oh, there's a part of me that's still 4-year-old. Can I expand myself to hold that 4-year-old? It's far easier than to hold the 30 or 40-year-old.
Yeah, so I think in that way, like, do you think this reparenting your inner own
Yes.
child is important in a
Absolutely.
So, how can someone do that, and means to find and talk to, or that understand that you need to hold that when someone needs to, find that.
Right. So one is identifying those situations in which you feel that I wish there was somebody that I could talk to, and that somebody who could take care of me. Like some of us, we have people with whom we feel comfortable. Sometimes there are aspects of us that we don't want to share with anybody, right? Even with a I would say with a very close friend, or maybe with a mentor or a teacher. So you try and maybe process it out in therapy, and if that is also not available to you, then there's an exercise we can do of how you can meet your inner child.
I would like to know, as you say, you have to embrace your own child. So that's starting your own journey. Like
Yes.
for the parents, like how can, because many are, what happens that is begin like passing from generation to generation.
Yes.
So because parents have lived with some kind of belief system or some kind of experience or even trauma and all, and they're carrying it and then passing it over to the next generation somewhere, maybe unknowingly.
Yes.
So how can parents prevent doing that, doing that, passing that unresolved wounds to their children? And how would they miss how they will realize it, miss is there any way that they can understand themselves ki, okay, there's some kind of issues I had, which is I am passing it, because most of the time they don't understand, they don't know it themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the easiest ways is to look at some of the issues you're facing. I think people become aware when they feel that maybe I spoke a little harshly to my child. That's one, right? Maybe I lost my temper. Maybe I'm being too demanding, or they feel that there are ways in which that I have become so caught up in my job that I'm not able to be emotionally available to my child. And why is that? Because there is some kind of something that is pushing me to deliver and to go on, and to like you said, that could be a belief system saying that I can't give myself any space or any time. I have to just keep going back to back 24/7 if I have to be successful. So when they realize these patterns, then they can get into a course correction mode, right? How to correct their course. And for that, of course, there's healers, there's therapists. I offer a workshop which is an 18-hour workshop. Pre-COVID, I used to offer it offline. We would all meet at a nice resort or some place where we could spend 3 days and do this work. In COVID, I started offering it online. So I offer about 18 hours of content which takes a person from birth till, like I said, 26 years, like to look at every stage, when I was a little baby, then a toddler, what seemed to be happening, and not literally remembering, but understanding what is the, how a child of 2 years or 3 years is, and what were their needs, and therefore how it relates. That if I have, like, I'll give you an example. Do you know that we develop willpower in toddlerhood? Toddlerhood meaning from about 9-10 months to about 3 years.
Is it?
And how do we develop willpower? And you'll find people saying when they are 30 or 40 or whatever, I don't have willpower. Now, willpower develop karne ke liye, that child needs to be, if you see toddlers, that is 2 years, 2.5 years, they're like, I want to take a bath on my own. I want to put on my clothes on my own. So there is a lot of move towards autonomy. मैं खुद मुझे अपना खाना खुद
चॉइस करेगा. इवन अ 1 year
करना है.
yes, want to shop for own cloth.
Yes. So that move towards autonomy, if it is supported by the parents, then that child develops a thing called willpower. Meaning, अगर मैंने vanilla choose किया तो मुझे खाना है vanilla, right? I mean, without making it sound like,
is getting that freedom.
a child learns that little bit of responsibility. अगर मुझे खुद करना है, अगर खुद करना ही नहीं है, that child will be always okay because they've been taken care of by somebody else. And then when they grow up, they're like, oh, how do I crack this? These things are so difficult. So in order to develop willpower, a child needs to have autonomy. So these are things that I teach in the workshop, saying that अगर आपको कोई gap लग रहा है, that's where it's coming from. Maybe the parents were saying, no, I will choose for you, or that. And then going on into the next stage, was it demonstrated that if I make a choice, then I need to take responsibility for it? It may not come, right? And it may have played out in any way. हो सकता है parents के पास time नहीं रहा हो कि आप कुछ सीखो, that you learn. You must have seen, like, little kids will say, today I will make chapati, And if the parent doesn't have time, they'll be like, no, hatu, hum bana lenge khud, hum quickly bana lenge. But if you're going to give that child, then he or she is going to take pride in that, right? And maybe struggle with it a few times and get it right. So these experiences are very important, which I think a lot of people are now doing parenting programs to understand some of these things, saying the need to give your child choice and autonomy and hold them accountable in certain ways, and to create structure and discipline in their life, how important it is, right?
Yeah, that awareness, I think, is increasing now. That way. Anyone who is like resisting, like as we discussed about, fear hota hai, some kind of childhood experience, and which develops the whatever the person is. And again, if someone is yet to confront their inner child and feel resistance, so what advice would you give? Like how to face them? Are there any common challenges people face as you deal with so many people?
Yes. I want to talk about, like we talked about this difficult word, trauma. There's another difficult word called abuse. Abuse is a difficult word to use in the context of family, but abuse happens in families, right? So if a child will usually grow up and, like I said, do these things which make them feel normal, like which all adults do, and they somehow feel that abuse is all forgotten, or there is some justification that it's okay, my father or my mother had a lot of stress. And however, there are some parts of that abuse, whether it's physical abuse or it's emotional abuse, which could be buried very deep, which is buried very deep in almost all people. Yeah. So to be able to go back to that phase of childhood and recognize and really feel that sense of sadness or loss of what originally occurred. There's a beautiful self-help writer, his name is John Bradshaw. He coined this term called original pain. He said, that is the first time you experienced pain. Now it's important for you to go back and grieve that original pain. Like you grieve the loss of a person, right? You grieve the loss of your innocence and your childhood. So it is an intense process. And yet there is so much lightness and joy after that. That yes, I was beaten. What happened to me hurt me very much. And the objective is never to blame the people who actually meted out the abuse, right? Like who abused you, because there's really no point, right? And by the time you come into some self-help work like this, they are in their 70s and 80s. You're not going to blame them, and a lot of times their personality has changed. They have become your children's grandchildren. So how are you going to think about, that day when I failed in one subject, my father took out his belt and beat me up, like, and I was physically injured and I fainted. How are you going to do that, right? Because it feels so inappropriate to do that, which is why a therapeutic group, a group or a one-on-one scenario where you go back and you feel that pain the way you felt it in your childhood, and so that you close your like we say, get closure. You close that chapter, saying once and for all, you cry about it and you close it, and then you're ready to move on.
So as you say it, like, does this group sessions helps better or one-to-one? Because many may not be able to, open up away. Whoever is having very deep-rooted, or maybe traumatic, or this kind of abuse, or there might be some child molestation cases also. There's so many.
Yes.
Which maybe so they might not be. So how, because how to convince them that, because there might be people that they are dealing with, that they're aware of that whatever has happened, but they don't have the courage to even go to a therapist or to talk about that. So how, what do you suggest as an expert in this field, like how to convince them, and is there any way that they should, how to face them, is because of all your experiences? So what do you suggest, how do they face their trauma, and how do they take the step to get cured of that?
Absolutely. So I want to talk of two things in this area, Sangeeta. One is that in my groups, I create a beautiful, in fact, I make everybody agree to a contract of confidentiality. That is the first thing we do in a group workshop, saying that whatever you are going to say here will stay here. Okay. You are not at liberty to divulge anybody's what happened, or even what happened. Like people, if they want to go out and say, oh, this person was sexually harassed by their own uncle or whoever, right? So we build that, and that contract is the basis on which this group work is built. And that if I know that I don't go out and say anything, then I will also be open to talk about my stuff, which is so uncomfortable. And other thing is, people have told me that many times it's actually very easy to share in front of a complete stranger. It's like there is a certain anonymity in telling your story when you know that that person doesn't know you. Okay. And so groups work very beautifully. Like I've done groups of maybe 8 people, 10 people who start sharing. And for some people in the beginning it may be a little hard, but when they share, they see that there is so much of lightness after that it's wonderful to share. The other thing is, like you said, if somebody doesn't even want to go and talk to a therapist, doesn't want to do this, I want to really talk about this, Sangeeta, that when it comes to mental health, if we are not going to attend to it, right, meaning that we know that we are having breakdowns, we are having anxiety, we are struggling to go through our tensions. The other thing is, for some people, in order to go through the tensions, certain other coping mechanisms have come in. Like some people have started maybe, smoking or drinking or doing things which they escape route. So that is giving them relaxation. The point is that this is the healthy way out, because if you don't do this, then it's known now, many books have been written about it, that the mind and the body are connected. Because if we don't release it from the mind and the heart, right, it is going to show up in the body as a symptom. One of the earliest books written in this was called The Body Keeps the Score. And after that, many, and if you look at it here in India, we know this entire system of the chakras and, how the mind and the body and the energy and everything is connected. Okay. So you'll find somebody having a heart attack because they're, most of the time something has happened. It may be from the past, maybe it's suppressed, or it may be from now that there is, we say, right, stress related illnesses. We use this word psychosomatic.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Soma is the Greek word for body. So the body and the mind, it's all related. So the wise thing to do would be to go and get address your mental, the issues which are coming up in your mind, basically your thoughts, your feelings, and the behaviors that come out of those thoughts and feelings. Because if we don't do it, we just say, I feel that in our society, certain things have got normalized. कि अब 60 years के हो गए हैं तो नी रिप्लेसमेंट हो रहा है, right? Now, या फिर 70 के हो गए हैं तो एक हार्ट अटैक हो जाएगा या ब्लड शुगर बढ़ जाएगा. अरे क्यों? अब आप देखो, the thing when it comes to the knee. So if you know that, in some of the healing traditions, we talk about this whole knee joint is about flexibility. Okay. So by the time you're 60, 65, you've become very, very frozen about certain issues in your life. And so literally your knees are telling you that you need more flexibility. Okay. The more we start looking at things so simply, and saying that our mind, the way we think, the way we emote, and the way our body is all related. So I would say that inner child, in fact, now more and more, like inner child is a solution for mental health, keeping your mental health, bringing it back. It's also for things like I talked about, addictions, right? And it's also really important for physiological things like joint pains and like issues to do with what we call lifestyle disorders of the heart, of the of the various body systems, circulatory system.
Yes, because when it is like connected with the root cause, like all the things are like all that result of certain things.
Yes.
लेकिन root cause कुछ और है, वो find out करना important है. So that's how the inner child, I think, will help. So inner child healing, how it helps the relationship with yourself and others improve करने में, and also that emotionally, better person, when you're emotionally balanced person, I'll say, how it helps.
Okay, so you see, when we heal our inner child, what are we trying to do? We are trying to create a strong sense of self. Now, that is basically the goal of all therapy, right? Is to create a strong sense of who you are. Now, if you look at relationship, it's all about who I am, the way I perceive myself and my sense of self, that self that I'm taking into that relationship in order to interact with the other. अगर मेरा sense of self बिल्कुल broken, battered, wounded है, who is the person who's going to interact with this person? Is it going to be a very scared, broken person who will say, okay, anything is okay, I need to be in a relationship because there's a pressure of society, or I'm feeling lonely? Okay, now the way that you have become, that is the person who's going into that relationship. So you see what are parts of you that are not working. For example, how do you operate under, let's say if a person is going to get angry at you, are you able to stand up for yourself? Then you build a relationship which has equality and mutuality. And the biggest problem is that in most relationships, you'll find one person is feeling completely hurt and, completely sidelined, or they don't feel honored and respected in the relationship. Why is that? My sense of self is what is I'm taking into that relationship. So if I work on my sense of self, which is why I'm really happy, especially post-COVID, younger people are coming into therapy.
Yes.
Because if I work on my issues and I become somebody who says that I know what I want for myself, I'll draw boundaries, I know what I want from my career, from my relationship. I am not going to say yes to the first person who asks me out on a date, because my personality is unique. And there's a unique history because of which my personality is like this. Right? And that person's personality is also like that. So if there are obvious things which are going to create disagreement, discord, and it's going to make one person dominate the other, make the relationship unequal, or make the relationship slowly, go into that zone of people not being available for each other or supportive of each other. तो ये पहले से पता चल जाता है ना कि मेरी पर्सनालिटी ऐसे बनी है, तो मैं क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकती हूँ, राइट? ये
That's
तो
what understanding and acknowledging yourself first is important. कि तभी, क्योंकि हम वो नहीं करते, ज्यादातर लोग वही करते कि they focus on the problem कि ऐसा हो रहा है मेरे साथ और ऐसा ही होता है types, and they just build that judgment
बिल्कुल
and
सही,
belief system कि
बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही। ये सिचुएशन ऐसा है, ये पर्सन ऐसा है, मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ।
हाँ,
आप ठीक हो, लेकिन आपके जैसे आप हो वैसे होने से आपको क्या क्या नुकसान हो रहा है? हाउ
that
इज इट इम्पैक्टिंग योर लाइफ, राइट? So that's why it becomes really, really important.
exactly. So, for this, any past thing, if there's some kind of guilt or some kind of bad experience or abuse or any kind of thing जो हम inner child own create हो रहा है, जो traumas create हो रहा है, which is affecting our today's life.
हाँ,
So, in this entire healing process to resolve, so does forgiveness play any part in the process? And
yes.
for yourself and the other person, how it helps, like?
Okay. Now, when it comes to forgiveness, right? We sometimes what we do is that we try to we say that okay, we are going to forgive this person, and we have already forgiven this person. Conceptually, we may have forgiven, and I'm even saying we really want to forgive the person because we don't want to hold a grudge, right? But a very good clue for this is your body and your emotions, because emotion is energy in motion. You feel it in your body. Now let's say you're going to close your eyes and think about a person who was very mean to you. Could be anybody, a friend, a colleague, maybe one of your parents, uncle, aunt, anybody, right? Just, it's a good idea to check in with your body, how you're feeling. And if your body is still feeling like, your stomach is going,
Some stiffness, maybe.
turned,
Kind
maybe
of.
your heart, you're feeling suffocated, right? Or maybe you're feeling a heavy weight on your shoulders and your neck. It means that there is some pending business over there. There is some incompletion over there. So if you share it and if you express the emotion that is related to it, then you become ready for forgiveness. Okay. And definitely forgiveness. And the whole point of it, like I said, is to take care of yourself. Now you become somebody who is then more open to and more capable of forgiving the other person. Otherwise, let me tell you, it's quite often a very intellectual exercise. मैंने forgive कर दिया, बहुत अच्छा लगता है सुनने में, लेकिन वो सामने आए और आपकी बॉडी में कुछ होने लगता है कि तो फिर क्या हुआ forgiveness का? तो
वो forgiveness का एक सोच है जो
हाँ,
सिर्फ
इंटेलेक्चुअल
सोच
है ना, कॉन्सेप्चुअल है।
conceptual है.
आपने अगर नहीं forgive किया है
And
तो
also at times it is more difficult to forgive your own self. Like कुछ regret होता है कि मैंने क्यों इस टाइम पे ऐसे react किया, ऐसे क्यों किया, ऐसा क्यों नहीं किया. All this kind of I think forgiving self.
200% करेक्ट। और अगर हम अपने आप को ही नहीं forgive करेंगे, दूसरे को करना तो और भी मुश्किल हो जाता है ना। और अपने आप के साथ हम we are holding on to it, क्योंकि उसमें भी एक type of, I would say that word is righteousness, एक a need to be right is there, so then because of that हम नहीं forgive करते हैं, खुद को भी दूसरों को भी, there is that true forgiveness is not there, right? Also, there's a very important thing. Now people will say, and it's like it's possible for you in your heart to forgive someone. It doesn't mean that you need to go and really interact with them so much and prove it to them or to you, because there are ways where there are things like we all have preferences, we all have liking. Long back somebody had shared this with saying, you know what, it's possible to maybe love each other from in a very spiritual way. I don't have anything, I wish you the best. It doesn't mean I want to go and have dinner with that person.
No,
because
I
I
think
don't like them.
energetically you can forgive that person or yourself that
But
way.
I don't like them. मुझे नहीं जाना है उनके साथ, उनसे मिलने, उनके साथ पिक्चर देखने या खाना खाने।
Forgiving
चाहिए
it
because
doesn't mean no कि हम उसको वापस accept करें लाइफ में कि it's not
it takes
I'm
great
forgiving you.
love for yourself and for the other कि this is not the person that I want to hang out with necessarily. I don't have any active hatred or any active intention to hurt them or take revenge against them. वो सब मेरा सॉर्ट आउट हो गया है, बट इसका ये मतलब भी नहीं है कि ये, however in family circles कभी कभी बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है, like
You have to face certain
imagine there
person.
are, yeah, there is Diwali celebration, this celebration, that celebration, everybody is there, and somebody has really hurt you, so you have to have ways of protecting yourself, drawing boundaries, and not getting drawn into drama, you know so all of that, in fact, I cover all these topics in the inner child program. What
Wow,
are boundaries,
that's
how to draw
very vast.
boundaries, how to take care of yourself, right? And also, what is this whole thing around drama? How we get drawn into drama, why we remain trapped in drama.
I
And
think remain trapped is important. Like you get into the drama, but you should know how to get out of it, not getting trapped in that.
ये
So,
सभी टॉपिक्स इनर चाइल्ड से ही रिलेटेड हैं, बिकॉज ड्रामा तो बचपन में ही शुरू हो जाता है ना. सपोज अ चाइल्ड सीज मदर एंड फादर आर फाइटिंग,
yeah.
now what does that child do? You have to take sides, you can't just walk out. मदर में से मेरी साइड लो, फादर में से मेरी साइड लो, एंड दैट
और
इज द
बच्चों को एक क्वेश्चन
ड्रामा.
किया जाता है, आप किससे ज्यादा प्यार करते हो?
That is so horrible. My God. I find कैसे heartless लोग होते हैं ना. इस पर संगीता एक रील जरूर बनाना. What kind of question is that? मम्मी से ज्यादा प्यार करते हो. I mean, where is that child supposed to go? And if they really say something, or if they feel, and how are they ever going to justify it, right? And that is the kind of people we have around us. और ड्रामा के लिए, जैसे मैं बोल रही थी, मम्मी और पापा के बीच का झगड़ा है, वो छोड़ दो, मम्मी और दादी के बीच में झगड़ा हो रहा है. चाइल्ड इज गेटिंग ड्रॉन इनटू ड्रामा.
एंड फिर जब कोई भाई बहन होता है, उनको बताया जाता है कि अभी तुम्हें प्यार नहीं करेंगे, अभी उन पे ही फोकस होगा, तो लोग बोलते हैं ऐसी बात. आई इन माई ओन लाइफ I had a sister. Unfortunately, she only survived for 7 days. But I still remember some few childhood memories you have now, which is good or bad, whatever. So I have a child. Someone had told me, "Ki now you got a sister. Now people are not going to love you. Your parents are not going to love you." I can't. I tried to recollect who was the person, but I couldn't. Recollect. But I knew then I have seen whatever happened, all the grief in my family, my mother has gone through. So I some way was in my child, somewhere maybe ki was that I don't hold responsible myself, but I still want to know who was that person that who told me this. How can you tell that a 5 years old kid that such a harsh word? And this is not with me only, it happens with many people. I have seen others also.
Yeah, absolutely. People say heartless things, people to children. It's happening all the time, and these are people who actually have inner child wounds.
Exactly.
And which is what you shared, the part about generational trauma. It's about, if I have something that I have not healed, then it's going to come out on my child, and on and on. There's a beautiful anonymous quote which says, if you don't heal what hurt you, you will bleed on those that did not cut you.
Exactly. Totally. So would like to know some real life stories that how inner child healing has played an important role to transform someone's life. Like you must be having so many clients, like कुछ instances आप share कर सकते हो जो severe issues कुछ है.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about something I can share without obviously this issue, but one of the issues I remember, which was really strong, which was shared by somebody, which had to do with the parent, the parents' infidelity. And so this person was in the workshop where this person shared that everybody was talking about the parent, saying that the parent is with another partner, and how much pain that this person had not told anybody. How much. And in the workshop, they were able to completely break down and say how they felt when everybody was doing this, and that they still had to keep saying that you have to respect your parents, so it doesn't matter what they were doing, without getting into the morality and the right and wrong about it. But uska itna impact hua tha on this person. After the workshop, there was a lot of lightness, a lot of ease, that I'm able to speak it out. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
must have taken a lot of courage actually to, talk
That
about it.
absolutely, absolutely. Also, you mentioned molestation. Yes, I have had participants. So, I've had a participant who also shared about, sexual abuse, and for the first time felt that sense of relief that I can talk about it. I can talk about it. And in fact, the entire group was really supportive and of this person, and said that, see, because I'll tell you what happens with a child. A child, when something like this happens, the meaning the child makes out of it is कि ये मेरी गलती थी, right? Because we don't know any better. Something must have been wrong with me. That is one thing. And this something is wrong with me is the foundation of shame. They
Yeah,
feel so
I
ashamed.
actually now connect as you say something wrong with me. Somewhere at some point of time, I was holding myself responsible for few years. Like my sister was not alive because of me, because somewhere that thing wasn't me because why she was not there. Like I always missed a sister. So
Yeah.
and then that was staying with me unless and until I then understood no, it's
It's
not
got nothing to do with
nothing to do
you.
with me. So,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
it I think as a child many I could come out of it, but many may not. So yeah, that's
And
difficult.
that also is a pattern, right? In any
Yeah.
situation, we call it over responsibility, that whatever is happening, I am to blame.
Yeah, taking
That,
the responsibility. So our main responsibility.
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल तो ऐसे stories हैं. I have also many examples of people who have done the workshop and decided to maybe change their career, saying that, you know
हाँ.
what, I did not have the courage to really do what I want to do. I was stuck in my career, so I want to do something different. I want to change, or I want to set up my own, new business or enterprise. The way I relate to, for a lot of people, the way I relate to my partner has changed. The way I relate to my children has changed. And the biggest thing is that people start paying attention to their own needs. They don't think that it's a crime to take care of yourself, to do
Exactly.
something special for yourself, to
Hmm.
pamper yourself, and or to talk about some of these things, that these are so. आप वर्कशॉप की बात कर रहे थे. Once people finish the workshop, I support them with the help of a meeting. So we have a weekly meeting. Everybody who has done this workshop over the years, they are welcome. So I saying come for this meeting, and in the meeting people talk so openly, about what's happening in their life, because you can't just change your whole personality by doing a 3-day workshop or an
The
18-hour.
journey that is,
The
but it's
work in
important to start.
progress. बिल्कुल. जैसे अरे फिर ऐसा हो गया, I went to a party and this person made a nasty comment, and I couldn't say anything. I'm feeling so bad, and
Triggered with you.
in that moment I didn't know what to say. But then, this is how I took action. I did this thing, and I have fixed it, or how should I fix it? And people come together and support each other, and that's really important. And they feel that this is a space which is non-judgmental. The biggest thing we need to give up is judging others, you know.
Yeah, that's what the first accepting and acknowledging yourself and no judgment. I think that's the preliminary step one should take.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
any quick, technique or exercise that to start with this inner child healing that someone can, begin with?
I'm
Yes.
very happy to do this. In fact, I've even in my, I do like a small introduction session when people want to
Oh,
find out, and I give them this exercise. I would like you to try it out also.
oh
And
wow, yeah.
even in my podcast, I give this as an example, a very small example of how you feel when you meet a younger version of yourself, your own inner child. So let's do this. I'll try and script it in such a way that it's brief. Just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And slowly relax your whole body, starting with your feet, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your buttocks, relaxing your genital area, your hips, and starting with your lower back, relaxing your whole back and spine. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands. Notice that wherever you guide your attention, the relaxation is flowing into that part of the body. Relax the back of your neck, back of your head, top of your scalp, and then relax your whole face, your forehead, your eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks, your mouth, your chin, your jaw. And relax your throat, front of your neck, your chest area, and your entire abdomen. As you are relaxing, take a few breaths into this relaxed body, and let us get into this healing guided visualization. I invite you to visualize a park, a children's park, and you're standing outside the gates of the park the way you are dressed today and opening the gate. As you walk into the park, there's green grass all around. There's a cool breeze blowing, a clear blue sky. There are swings and seesaws. There are rows of flowers blooming. Find a comfortable park bench to sit down and close your eyes in the visualization. Call upon that inner child. Just send an intention saying, that little me, that younger me who wants to meet me today, come and meet me now. And then sitting on that bench, open your eyes in the visualization, look at what is the age of the little you, the child who has appeared. Invite this little child to come close to you. Have this little child sit next to you or sit in your lap if it's a very young child. And observe, what are you feeling as you see this little you. Embrace this child. Hug this child. And in your own words, in your own language, communicate to this child that, little one, I have been so longing to meet you. It's so lovely to see you and touch you and hold you. And I know that everything was not perfect when you were so little. And yet here I am today to meet you, to love you, to take away any sadness, any worries you may have. I am there for you, and I'll always be there. You can count on me. You can depend on me. Completely bask in this experience. Feeling the energy of the little one coming together with you and integrating with you. Now slowly begin coming into the present moment. Visualize the chair that you're sitting on. Feel your body take a few deep breaths. Gently wiggle your toes and allow for this experience. Feeling grateful for this visualization, receiving it fully. Bring your hands together, rub your palms nicely, place them over your face, massage your face and neck, and whenever you're ready, open your eyes. It's powerful, it's intense, and is very moving for most people.
It's quite intense. Something came up which I think I never realized, and I never realized to meet. Never realized to hope to meet that child of I think 6 years, kind of.
Wow, I'm so happy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I could meet that child and understood certain things that the child
Wow.
told me. And yeah, so I never realized that I had to meet that child, because I have met a little older child for that. That child also had certain things to speak about,
Exactly.
which now I know. Yeah. Thank you so much for the experience.
You are most welcome, Sangeeta. And I want to tell those who are watching us that as a follow up to this, what they can do and what you can also do is to write a letter for you from that little child's perspective. So the child that you saw in the visualization, write a letter from that child to you, the person you are today, and respond to that letter, and you as an adult write to that child also. So that helps you to close this whole process, and
Wonderful.
it's very beautifully healing to
Surely
do.
I'll do that. Thank you so much
You're
for
most
sharing
welcome.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow, ma'am, it is like absolutely mind blowing. So, I didn't expect this. It will be so powerful and so different. This, this visualization, something else opened up for me. So yeah, I'm very happy and very much like grateful for you to come here and sharing so much of knowledge with us all, and contributing to me and contributing to all the viewers. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. My pleasure, my privilege to be here. And I want to acknowledge you for going into the process immediately and really going deep and trusting me to do that. And that's always my privilege when I work with my clients. Yeah.
I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely meeting you. Lovely meeting you
Same
all.
here. Thank you. So friends, inner child healing हमारे अपने अंदर के like दर्द को like it can come, bring it up on the surface, which शायद हम कभी खुद ही aware नहीं है. So जो सिचुएशन को हमें डिफरेंटली शायद नीड था टेक केयर करने के लिए, वो सिचुएशन शायद वो हुआ नहीं था. तो इनर चाइल्ड हीलिंग विल हेल्प यू, will give you the opportunity to take care of that situation. I'll say that redo that situation, and then you can transform your life in a way. This is a journey and this is not easy at all. But जब हम अपने अंदर के उस बच्चे से मिलते हैं, अपने उन्हें अपनाते हैं, so life will turn beautiful and show you different colors. And so अपने जख्मों को हील करें जरूर, और उनसे कनेक्ट करें अपने आप के साथ, अपने अंदर के उस बच्चे से कनेक्ट करें, उसकी आवाज सुने, and make peace with the past. So it's time for you to heal your inner child and to start a fresh, a new journey towards a fulfilling and a happy life to live better. और कैसा लगा आज का एपिसोड हमें जरूर बताइए. To show your love in like, comment and share. आर्केड यूनिवर्स को फॉलो और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें for all the future updates. मीना मैम से कनेक्ट करने के लिए नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन में लिंक दिया गया है. डू DM her for all your queries. So with this note, I take your leave today. मिलते हैं next Sunday with another interesting episode to contribute in your journey. Till then, do take care of yourself and embrace your true self. healing the inner child inside you. Good night.